but I'll be watching you from here. Truth will show when you stand so close, eye to eye. So this afternoon I've got Blondie versus Pretenders at Trudgy Beach Hotel. And I've worked at this place many a time and I've never been to Trudgy Beach. So I'm a little bit early today and I thought it's a little bit sad that the only thing I know about Trudgy is the pub, which could be said probably for a lot of places that I visit. But I thought Trudgy Beach, there is a Trudgy Beach. I'm going to go check it out. This is it. Pretty nice. Well, there's my beach visit for the day. Now it's time to go to the pub. So this is the backstage of Trudgy Beach Hotel. You gotta love the walls. And this is where I'm going to interview Paul Wheeler, who's playing drums with us tonight in the Blondie versus Pretenders show. It's not his usual gig, but he's a freelancer, as well as probably being best known for being the drummer of Icehouse, which is one of Australia's most successful bands ever and is still going strong. So I'm going to try and catch him before, in between or after the show tonight, and I know he's kind of a shy guy, so I was really happy that he said that he would be happy to be interviewed. So we'll have a chat to him soon. So I dragged him right off the stage and said, let's do this interview. So how'd you like the gig? It was your first one with us doing Blondie versus Pretenders.
Yes, it was a bit nerve-wracking, but I got through
you were amazing as usual, but how did you feel?
I always feel okay when I'm playing.
Yeah.
Because I just like to play. And so no matter what the band is really, and how many
but
people are there.
But because we're so nice and so good, that
well,
must
it's because
help.
you're so great. That's the only reason.
That's it. Are you a Blondie or a Pretenders fan?
I'm both, yeah.
Yeah.
Big Pretenders fan.
Yeah.
I actually grew up listening to Blondie and Pretenders when I was at high school.
Yeah.
Mainly Pretenders. My brother and I used to jam at home. I was about 13 and he was about 17 and we were both into the same sort of music.
Yeah, that's handy.
And it was kind of from just after Sex Pistols, I guess, to like Police. That Led Zeppelin, which isn't, you know, isn't new wave, but I really like John Bonham as a drummer, and Stuart Copeland.
Which were your kind of idols, influences.
Yeah, I guess. And
but Clem Burke, Blondie's drummer.
Clem Burke.
Oh, far out.
I know.
Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, I know.
It's a bit like you.
And he can still do it. He
yeah.
He plays a million miles an hour. Not a million miles an hour, but he can still.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
But did I read somewhere that you did a tour supporting Blondie?
Yeah, in 2000 and...
You're like, yeah. And you're like, I supported Blondie.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah.
For God's sake, man. No, it was, 2003, but it was for about 2 weeks or something. Doing
2 weeks of Blondie. That's fantastic.
I know, it's probably... I mean, it is exciting because it's Blondie and I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Of
Did
theirs.
you get to hang out or meet them? Or?
Met them, and just because we were both backstage, you'd pass each other and say hello and all that sort of thing. But it was It was good to watch Clem Burke from Side Stage and just them, because it's Blondie, like you said. It's the original, the real thing.
Do you have those moments when you find yourself in that situation, you're working with people that were idols of yours growing up? Do you get that, like the pinch yourself sensation?
Yeah, I still do. I think. I don't know if that will ever stop.
That's good.
Actually.
You don't want that to go away. You don't want to take it for granted.
No, I know. I don't think that'll ever stop. I'll always be like a fan of music to a point. Like if I met my idols as I was growing up, I'd probably be that sort of person, you know, oh my God, that's him. Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Because that's who I grew up listening to, I guess.
But how about with Icehouse? I mean, I remember you telling me that you were kind of discovered by Ivor Davies.
Yeah.
Did you already? I mean, what year was that? Late 80s, sometime.
2010. No, it was 86. It was 86.
Don't let this baby face fool you. He's a lot older than he looks.
I'm sure it's not a baby face with. 86.
No promises if you should fall. Stars die in the silence of the Arabian Nights. When washes the seasons in these days of a golden age. Love in your new world, turning round and round, making some sense where there's no sense at all.
86.
So I've been playing with them since 86.
So were they already on your radar?
I was a fan of theirs.
Yeah.
A fan of Icehouse, actually.
So that's got to be a major moment.
Yeah. When I actually got the gig, it was like, my God, I'm playing in a band that I'm a fan of.
And how did it actually happen?
There's a music shop called Taramara Music.
Know it well.
And you do? Yeah. It seems to be a scene, or used to be quite a little scene that everyone kind of met at. And Ivor still gets his guitars fixed there. And he knew a friend of mine that worked behind the counter, and then he was just talking to Ivor, and I said, well, he's going out on tour soon. He's looking for a drummer. And Glenn, his friend of mine, said, well, I know this guy's pretty young, but, you know, he's all right. So give him a ring. And he rang me, and...
So what happened then? When the phone rang, were you warned beforehand, or did you just pick up the phone and someone at the other end goes, oh, hi, this is Ivor Davies, and you go, oh, it's not, come on, Jim.
I'm trying to remember. No, it wasn't like that. I think he did call. Well, it might have been management, actually. Right. I'm not sure because it was so long ago. I know. I played in a band with a guy behind the counter. We rehearsed 6 nights a week and did
one gig a year.
Yeah.
I was in that kind of band too. You have to start out in that kind of band.
Yeah. I still do it. No,
I assume he didn't just call you and then you got the gig. He checked you out.
No, it was. I think he auditioned me by just meeting me up at Taramara Music, actually, and I played along to some Icehouse songs on a Simmons kit.
Yeah.
The old SGS 7s or something that were popular at the time, and he just had me playing along to some of the new Icehouse songs that were about to be played, and so I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Yeah, so you're 19 at the time.
19, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't actually get it at first.
You didn't get the gig?
No, there's another guy who I think he tried out, and he's in one of the film clips, but right after the film clip he didn't work out or something happened, so I got a call back. No, they came down to Drummoyne Rome Club and checked me out again, and Ivor said, just call our management. Yeah, we're going to New Zealand, and then we're going to America, and we're going to New York,
goodness.
And then we're going to Europe. And the furthest I'd been was Canberra in a car to play the tennis tournament. I shouldn't be telling you all this. It's pretty.
It's fantastic.
And then all of a sudden,
it's like a Hollywood story.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've been everywhere. And all of a sudden, you're thrust into this thing, and you're meeting all these rockers and idols.
And was everyone quite a bit older than you?
Yeah. Ivor was getting towards 30, I guess.
which would have been very old when you were
I
19.
know. But now I'm going, oh my God, it's young.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and one of the guys was in his 30s, I think.
Yeah. Did they look after you? Or did they kind of go, try this and do this? And
No, I think because I was quite a bit younger, I think they kind of, I think it was always like this young kid
yeah.
in the band. And it's still like that, I think.
You still, people kind of do treat you like the baby of the band. That must be where it's come from.
Yeah, because I was so young when I joined.
Yeah. Do you remember what you felt like at your first Icehouse gig?
Oh, I've got photos of it. I took photos of Ivor and the rest of the band. And it was in Tathra or something. We were doing all these kind of like warm-up shows, I guess, before we went overseas.
Which was probably good for you. Imagine doing, you know, New York first.
Yeah.
Pretty intimidating.
Yeah, I just remember going on stage and in this RSL that was packed.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I'd done like a big gig to a packed crowd. So I remember that, probably because it's the first one I did.
Were you really nervous? Is that a stupid question?
No, not really. I just wanted to get on and
Yeah.
play. I was just looking forward to it.
That's fantastic.
I think I still get that sort of thing with Icehouse just before we go on. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people. I still get the not butterflies.
Like a nice nervous energy.
Yeah, nerves. I think it's good to
yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
The nerves, not nerves, but you know that sort of feeling.
Yeah. The adrenaline that keeps the energy up and
Yeah,
the excitement.
I think if you start losing that, then that's a bit of a worry, I think.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have that there before you go on stage.
For sure.
Do you think?
I love it. No, I love it. I think it's the best feeling in the world. It's quite addictive almost.
It is.
I can't imagine having a job where I didn't do that. I think maybe I'd get bored really quickly.
No,
there has
I think
to be some kind of almost fear, just a little bit of fear. Not debilitating, but just enough to bring the excitement.
Some sort of energy.
Yeah.
It is. Once you get that hit, it's like you just want it again and again.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about drugs, I'm talking about playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Icehouse, how many years? 86 until now.
33 years.
Oh my goodness.
But there was a break there where we didn't do anything for a long time.
Yeah.
Except for the odd corporate show.
You seem to be pretty busy again now, working quite often with Icehouse.
Since about 2011.
Yeah.
On and off. Yeah, just people are interested in the band again, and we keep playing. People keep buying tickets.
Yeah.
And on drums. On drum. On drum.
We're doing a lot of those shows where it's like a big lineup. It's more like the Day on the Green.
Yeah.
And there was a thing called By the Sea, which had Sunny Boys in the Church and us, and it was like the 80s thing.
Yeah, reliving the 80s. I think the 80s has become popular again.
I know, all these bands are coming out. I saw that Aha are coming out.
I saw that too. I was tempted.
Yeah.
Are you going to buy tickets?
No, probably not. But it's tempting to go and see some of those bands. The only thing is, there can be a danger of seeing a band you're a fan of, and then they come out and it's just...
They're not as good as they used to be.
and
And your memory gets...
Yeah.
For sure.
That's the only thing.
So when you're not doing Icehouse, obviously you tour every now and again, and you seem to have kind of groups of gigs. Yeah, what else are you doing apart from you did Rumours with us recently, and I know you're a Fleetwood Mac fan, and obviously you've done Blondie versus Pretenders. I also do the 70s gig with you. Apart from the gigs I know about, what other gigs?
I don't know, whenever I get asked that question.
You do a million things, but you can't think of any of them. Yeah.
But I guess Icehouse is the main one.
So freelancing basically all the rest of the time.
Yeah.
So you must spend a fair bit of time learning repertoire. So like tonight was the first gig you've done with us, so you had to learn 2 hours worth of repertoire that you probably mostly hadn't done before. But when you're not learning new material, do you actually practice?
Can't you tell? No.
Of course, you look very slick and well practiced. But
No,
I
I
just
mean
think
the
it's an
other way.
interesting question.
Oh, do I?
For someone that is so established and so good at what they do you still practice?
I do. I mainly play along to albums that I'm a fan of.
Recent stuff that comes out?
Some
or?
of it, but
Yeah.
mainly albums that I listened to when I was growing up again.
Yeah, right. So you've got the headphones on, just
Yeah, or just doing practice on my own as well. It's just not as much as I used to, because I've been playing with Icehouse a lot, and when you're playing with a band a lot, it's kind of like,
you know the repertoire inside and out. Yeah, but not practicing repertoire. I mean practicing skills and practicing.
Skills. I should be practicing a lot more.
I think everybody would say that, wouldn't they?
Probably.
Yeah. You'd hope so. Someone that really cares about what they do.
Yeah.
There's always room. Like Rex Go practices, or he tries to practice a lot, and I think, how much better can you get?
But not as much as I used to. I think I just play with bands. That's what I do. But if there's something that I find difficult, I'll work on that until I get it.
So things are still difficult occasionally?
Oh, no, just get it smooth.
Yeah.
Just smoother. Or fills that I hadn't thought of using before.
Yeah.
And you try and put that into your playing.
Yeah.
It's like different people you grow up listening to. You kind of take bits and pieces of the different players and try and make it something of your own.
Yeah.
Kind of. Which I think my playing kind of is really. Bits and pieces of other people. Stealing. Like.
But everyone is, aren't they? I mean, you're a product of your influences whether you need to be or not.
Yeah. I think so. Everyone's influenced by someone.
Can you remember how we met?
I do.
I've got to I've got to dig up a photo. There's a fantastic photo of us. Yeah.
Okay, I'll show
going,
me.
You know,
the
into
next,
the camera.
And I think Chris Camzelis was on the gig.
So tell us about the gig.
Can't remember it. I just remember it was a bit, it was late. It was very late.
I remember. Okay, so it was Duncan James. It was a singer-songwriter called Duncan James, and he was signed to BMG. And it was a BMG roadshow.
That's
so
right.
You played on the album, I think.
Yeah, a few songs.
Yeah, I didn't sing on the album, but he just needed a backing singer for the roadshow. So the roadshow is the time that artists do gigs and present themselves to radio and media and retail. It's the record company's way of saying these are our biggest, brightest artists for the next year or so. So we were on a bill with a few other artists, but I think Duncan James was kind of the lead artist, and there was a lot of nervous tension. I don't know if you remember, there was a lot of, I think, Duncan was nervous. It was a big night for him, but there was a lot of pressure on, all of us for that kind of a show in front of, the who's who of the music industry. So I think that after we were in Melbourne.
It was Melbourne, right?
Yeah, we were staying in Sofitel.
Okay, God, you remember that even?
I do, because I remember I had a beautiful view over, I don't know what part of Melbourne it was, but it was beautiful, and I really remember that, the windows and the view. And so, of course, there's always a party after the gig. So we did the gig and we did great, if I remember rightly. Yeah. And, of course, everything's on tap. The record company provides, everything. And so, after all that nervous energy and, doing a great job of the gig. And we were staying overnight. The good thing about those gigs is, mostly we have to drive home.
Yeah.
So there's only so much hanging out and partying that you get to do unless you're on tour. And like these kind of gigs, you drive home and that's kind of the end of it. But I think it's nice when you all get to hang out together and enjoy the party part as well. And I knew Matt Fell, who was on bass. I think he was on bass for that gig. And but apart from that,
Okay.
I didn't know anyone in the band, including you.
Mm.
So it was a kind of a nice thing that we all got thrown together
Yeah.
and did this gig and all this energy. And then, you know, we had probably all of us had a really late night.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but it was really fun.
Yeah, I know. You'll
Well,
have to
we
show me-
didn't get up to any, but nobody
Yeah, I
got up
know.
to any particular mischief. It was just a really fun night.
Yeah.
And
I've had people giving me phone calls saying, "What have you been up to? What have you been doing?"
well, this is my next question. You know, I mean, so you were 19. You'd already done a couple of a couple of years worth of cover band gigs before you joined
there's a lot of
Icehouse.
cover stuff. Yeah.
And then suddenly you're on tour around the world, and as well as Icehouse for years, you've done a whole lot of other stuff. You must have some stories.
Well, there were a lot of get-togethers, if you want to call them that.
That's a very nice way. There were get-togethers.
Yeah, after shows and things like that, which I think
Are you talking about groupies?
groupies.
Yeah.
No, nothing like that.
Aw.
No.
Let's get together and get together. I mean,
No.
all right.
Oh, I just
Just mean parties.
we did a show in New York at a place called the Ritz, and that was filmed on VHS. That's when I was 86.
You were 86.
I was 86. No, that was in 86, just after I started playing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we went to New York, there was like a star-studded audience, you know, and just people that you wouldn't usually meet after, you know, me playing in cover bands, and all of a sudden there's Hall Notes and
Oh wow.
it's Julian Lennon and David Bowie's band, and we all went out and we went to a place called the China Club, and you walk in there and there's, well, he's not alive now. John Entwistle was there in the corner with a few different people, and Julian Lennon was nice.
Yeah, you had a chat.
Yeah, he's just a normal guy. Dweezil Zappa was there, you know,
Yeah.
Frank Zappa's son.
Yeah.
I think the record company took us there. And so there were people that were on their label.
Yeah, right.
It was like Chrysalis Records, and you know, you just end up meeting people when you're playing over there and touring over there.
Yeah, amazing.
There were TV shows we did, like in Europe, and you know, Cheap Trick were there, and all these different. Roger Taylor from Queen was there.
Oh wow.
I think he had a single out called Cowboys and Indians, and he was doing a solo thing. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, but after a while, it just becomes a bit of a blur
Yeah.
because you're so busy. You know, you just go to the airport and the hotel, and then the gig, and then back to the hotel,
Yeah.
and the next day you're out again. You know,
Would you ever write a book?
don't think anyone would buy it.
Oh, of course
Or
they
read it.
would.
What would you call it?
Babyface.
Babyface.
No, there's already a producer called Babyface.
There is too.
He's
isn't
taken
there?
that name, sorry.
Um,
So what does music mean to you?
Nothing. No. Well, I don't know what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing this. I can't really imagine doing anything else. I've been doing it for so long.
Did you always
Play
know
music.
that it was going to be your career? Or hope?
Yeah, something happened, and I just thought, this is what I wanted to do.
What
I don't
happened?
know. You know, my brother was playing guitar and I was playing drums. I remember seeing this drum kit on TV one day, and I was really young, and I just remember seeing this big, shiny drum kit, and I don't know what it was about it, but I just thought that's what I want to do. And I used to get a couple of spoons and hit the carpet. I'd find a spot where it sounded like a bass drum,
Yeah.
and the higher part where it sounded a little bit like a snare drum. So I would go, you know, between the two. So when I got onto a kit when I was a little bit older, I kind of had a bit of coordination already just from hitting the carpet when I was 4 or something, whatever, and crossing over to a drum kit. My first drum kit was from my parents, was $85, and it was all stained yellow from all the clubs that it had been in. Like some really old kit with the calf skins.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think my parents were hoping I was going to grow out of the whole music phase.
Yeah,
but
it didn't happen.
didn't.
Thank you so much.
Oh, was that it?
That's
Well, nice to
brilliant.
meet you.
You're the best.
Truth will show when you stand.